Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Abhijit, yes, session has started now. So we see almost 50 students have logged in right now. That is excluding me. Okay, so Nagarjuna, Akanksha, thanks for responding back, and for giving the confirmation that you can hear me. Okay, so let us begin without wasting any further time because today's session is a power play session. The reason I call it as a power play session is because we have to complete 4 chapters in a short span of time, which is 2 hours. But at the end of the session, you will definitely know a lot about those 4 topics, 4 chapters. Yeah, you are not audible. Pratik, you are the only one who's saying that I am not audible. Rest everyone can listen to me. So please check at your end, Pratik. So far we have completed 4 chapters. In session 1 we completed CSR in the global context, where we studied globalization, liberalization. Then we also did management development program, right? And followed by we also did in chapter 2 business and its various stakeholders. Chapter 3 and 4 basically took us to the theoretical and the benefits of doing CSR. Now today's session we will be having 4 chapters back to back, which is chapter number 5, 6, 7 and 8. The reason why I'm taking 4 chapters together, because there's a reason for it. If you see, the chapter goes in a sequence. It's like a normal CSR strategy. It is like developing the CSR strategy, then you implement the CSR strategy, followed by monitoring and measurement, and in the end you report. So that is the reason why I'm taking these 4 chapters together. And the topics which are not covered from chapter number 6 basically, then that will be covered in a face-to-face class as well. So you need to come for the face-to-face session so that you will be able to see those topics which are not covered in the class today. Few sessional requests: please don't type unnecessary questions which are not related to the subject. Please use emotes to show that you care and you show that you really feel for the topics. And please type your queries and wait for your turn. Your questions will definitely be answered, and answer all the multiple choice questions which will come your way. So if you remember, in our session 1 we started with a case study, and that case study was on Tata, right? Second session also we started with a case study. That case study was on Cadbury. Even today, the third session, we are starting with a case, and which will be on Bharti Foundation. So we will keep the traditions alive. Even in the 4th session, we will start with the case on ITC e-Chopal. So these are the 4 cases that we have done so far that we'll be doing at the end of the 4 sessions. So we will be doing the Bharti case. I mean, basically this is a case which revolves around the Bharti CSR. The Bharti as a company, how they are doing their corporate social responsibility. I mean, what are the additional things that they are doing apart from giving those SIM cards to the customer and making them happy, or paying their suppliers on time? Apart from those things, what they are doing for the society, that is what we will be doing in this case. So the foundation, every organization, when they grow over a period of time, they tend to separate their activities of CSR. So they start another foundation. So the way the Reliance has started a foundation called as Reliance Foundation, same way Bharti has a foundation called as Bharti Foundation. Yeah. So the main concept that they are gonna do in this CSR program under the Bharti Foundation is opening up of Satya Bharti School. Now, every organization cannot do CSR activities in all the areas. Even though Prime Minister's agenda is to, he wants the companies to come forward and give him money for the creation of public toilets. But at the same time, every company cannot be involved only in doing one CSR. So there are companies who are involved into multiple CSR activities. So the foundation plans to reach 50,000 children at a full capacity, and they want 236. They will be opening 236 primary school. And in the earlier years, we have noticed that there has been significant fall in the students moving from primary school to secondary school, because the government has what has government done is they have opened few primary schools, many primary schools, and very few secondary schools. So the students are in a dilemma that how should we reach those secondary schools? So that was the major reason. So when Bharti Foundation took up this cause, they said for every 10 primary school they open, they will also open one secondary school. So with the special focus on the girl child, because the government is giving lots of emphasis to the girl child today. They've even started the Sukanya account, yeah, and also one secondary school for every 10 primary school that the company, the Bharti Foundation plans to start. So, but this will not be done at one go. It will be divided into various phases. And the phase one will talk about 236 Satya Bharati school, in which the target for the student, every particular activity or every particular CSR act has to define that how many people it is going to get benefit. So this is going to benefit 50,000 students, but at the same time the employment to the teachers will be to the tune of 1,500 number. In phase 2, the number of schools will be doubled up. I mean 236 will reach 500, whereas the number of students who are 50,000 will cross 1,05,000 in phase 2, and also the teachers, as the students double, the teachers will also double from 1,500 to 3,000 teachers. So yeah, Darshini, yes, this is the repeat class. You're attending the repeat class. If you have attended the session on Saturday, then this is the same class again. So Saturday, who all have attended the 7 to 9 class, this is a repeat class for them. I mean, this is a repeat class for the other people who could not attend because of the space constraint of the system allows only 200 students. Okay, so that's where the primary, the phase 1 starts, and then we look at the secondary school. As I said, for every 10 primary school, the foundation plans to open one secondary school. So that secondary school will be 24 Satya Bharati, because they are starting 236 primary schools. So if you just bring it down and if you do use the ratio and proportional, then you will find 24 Satya Bharati secondary school will be required. Target will be 50,000. The number of students that will be required will be 50,000, and number of teachers will be 1,600 teachers that will be required in the secondary. Same thing, the number doubles in the phase 2, where they will open 50 Satya Bharati school, because in the phase 2 of primary school they are going to start 500 primary schools. So for 500 primary school we will have 50 secondary schools. Number of students will be 1 lakh, and number of teachers will be 3,000. Do they charge any fee to students for admissions? The basic admission fee will be charged, but not to an extent. Yeah, so I mean the basic receipt for the books the student has to pay. But for all the other things, opening up a school is a big task in itself, because many students have to travel a huge distance just to go to school. So they are making sure they are reaching those unreached people. So this program you can call Reach the Unreached. So where government cannot reach, they are reaching. Now, why I call this, so that is the end of the basic small caselet, you can call it as. And now we move ahead with the main topic, where we are going to talk about chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7, and chapter 8. So chapter 5 talks about developing a CSR strategy. Like for example, so far in the session 1 and session 2, we have studied what exactly CSR is, how it is going to help any person. As a student, you also know what CSR is today. But if you really want to implement this, if you really want to take this forward to your organization, then what is the strategy? So that is what we are going to study in chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. So basically, chapter number 5 is where we first develop the CSR strategy. Then in chapter 6, what we do, we implement the same developed CSR strategy. So we have first is planning stage, next is implementing stage. Then there requires a continuous monitoring and measurement. For example, it's not just that on the day of inauguration, Mr. Sunil Vittal comes, cuts the ribbon and opens the number of schools. Sharma says, I have attended this class before. Yeah, this is a repeat class. That's what I said. This is a repeat class. You have next class directly on Saturday, I guess. So please check your schedule properly. So you have chapter number 7, CSR, where you monitor and measure. So for example, Sunil Pittal comes and cuts the ribbon. So on day 1 it looks good, the students are there, but we need a continuous monitoring process through which we can actually see that how things are moving, right? To see whether the number of students which we have targeted is reaching that stage or it's not going to reach, whether it's going to be achieved or it's not going to be achieved. And lastly, the reporting of CSR. See, I remember the quote from my mother, who used to always say, Neki kar darya mein dal. But today the companies have been mandated by the organizations and the Indian Companies Act 1956 has said that you have to compulsorily tell it in your annual report that what is what is the CSR activities that you are doing. So you open any annual report and the company will have to make a mention of the CSR activities that they are doing. Only if they fall into the categories which is mentioned in session number 1. Okay, let us begin with chapter 1. What is the main objective? Why are we doing? What is the thing that we will get after completing this chapter number 1? As we all know, all the slides are designed in the similar way where we first see what are the topics that we are going to cover. So we are going to cover what are the steps involved in CSR strategy, how to do an assessment, developing a CSR strategy, and finally if we have any questions or answers, we will solve them. And there are some MCQs which you need to answer after that. So what is the objective? The main objective of this chapter is to understand how to develop a CSR strategy. That is the foremost and the main objective of CSR. Then comes the developing. Now please pay attention. If you pay attention to this slide, your majority of the work is done. Your chapter number 6 gets over from this slide itself. So please pay attention. Are you guys with me? I mean, I see no replies today. No one is doing the typing work today. Yeah, so Nagarjuna, Avinash, Santosh, Puddar, Rachi, Akanksha, I got few replies. Yes, thank you. I mean, you have been such a nice audience who replies to all my queries. At one go, I get 60, 70 odd comments. I mean, that's really commendable thing. So moving ahead, let us first understand developing a CSR strategy. So how do you plan to develop? First is, before I actually take up the job of development, let me do an assessment of my own organization. Right? For example, thanks Anuja. So for example, if I want to achieve, I want to be a millionaire, for example. So first, before I develop a plan for becoming a millionaire, first I need to check where do I stand today? Yeah, what are the things that I am doing today? So those assessment needs to be done. Only that on that basis you can create and you can develop a CSR strategy. That is the reason why developing CSR strategy is divided into 2 parts. Akanksha, this question in the midst of the lecture does not look good, but I'll tell you, you will not get the PPT, you will get the recordings. Yeah. So recordings are available. In the recordings you can go through it. So assessment of the organization. So first assessment, the first stage in assessment, which is checking your own organization. Assemble a CSR leadership team. It means if you don't have a nod from your top boss, how is this whole CSR activity going to work? So you need to have an approval, or you need to have your boss by your side when you're doing such CSR activities or when you're planning such CSR activities. Like for example, if my boss is standing next to me, for example, then the way I deliver lecture will be different than I usually do. Right? For example, I'll tell you one more thing. For example, when you have your boss working in your company and he takes the initiative and he floats an email that we are going for a tree plantation drive, the impact is far more better than you get it from your HR. So that is where we assemble a leadership team, develop a working definition. All these points are explained again in the further slides. Review corporate documents today. Where do we stand in terms of documentation? And identify and engage all the key stakeholders who are there in the organization. Then comes developing a CSR strategy, which are these points. So let's go one by one and let's have a look with examples. If you really want to know, if you really wish to see some recordings before exam, I think this third recording is very important for all of you guys. The third part. Basically, in third part, I am completing 4 chapters. So it will be really a great help if you go through this slides or this 2-hour session before the paper. Yeah. So how to do an assessment? First is assemble a CSR leadership, develop a working definition, review corporate documents, and identify and engage key stakeholders. Let's go one by one. First is assemble a CSR leadership team. For example, when Reliance started its Reliance Foundation, they took the head of the organization, of the main organization. Yeah, Neeta Ambani, who is heading the whole Reliance Foundation today. Reason is very simple. When she gets involved, the company and every company's person becomes equally involved in all your activities. That is the reason why you need to have a top front leader whom people believe in, whom people trust, so that the drive becomes successful that you are trying to do. So look at this. This is an example of Work Hard Foundation. If you just type Work Hard, you will get it on their website, Work Hard CSR. So Work Hard CSR is being taken over by, is being managed by Josefa Khurakiwala. It will make everybody serious to do CSR. Absolutely correct, Nilesh. Like, so your Dr. Josefa Khurakiwala, which is a part of the family who started the business of Work Hard. So he is a part of the business. He is part of the family which started the business, and this family member, Josefa Khurakiwala, manages the whole Work Hard Foundation. Right. So now, when a mail comes from Josefa Khurakiwala from his company to his employees, it makes an impact on the employees. That company is really serious about it. If the company would not have been serious, they would have appointed any XYZ member. Right. So far we are at 85 in attendance, and that's really good thing. And trustee and CEO Work Hard Foundation, if you just read the profile of Work Hard Foundation, Dr. Josefa Khurakiwala is a part of the promoter family of the Work Hard Foundation, a leading healthcare group. I hope we all know what Work Hard Foundation, Work Hard as a company does. They are into manufacturing of medicine. They are getting into hospitals, and they are into healthcare now. So they are doing lot many activities. In fact, the CSR award is being awarded by Work Hard Foundation to other companies for doing CSR activity. And imagine getting your company nominated is a different thing for CSR, but giving a CSR award to encourage other companies to do CSR activity is the next thing. So this is what the company does. Yogita, if you can't see any slides, it's a request. Please log out and log in again. It will be of great help to you. So how to do an assessment? So first step is you get the leadership team going, because when the leader is there, the followers are there. Develop a working definition of CSR. You know what? Create a vision statement of your company in such a way that it promotes CSR in one way or the other. Let us see this with an example. For example, Toyota Motor. Toyota Motor, the vision statement of Toyota Motor is to achieve long-term, stable growth in harmony with the environment. Now look at the most important word here. Toyota aims to achieve long-term, stable growth in harmony with the environment. It means they, under any given circumstances, they don't want to harm the environment. That is a part of their global vision statement. So when the company says don't waste these things, don't waste product, don't waste raw material, the employees understand. Reason is it is clearly mentioned in the vision and the mission statement of the company. What is the mission statement that talks about Toyota? Toyota seeks to create more prosperous society through automotive manufacturing. So now they're not talking about selling huge products and becoming number one company in the market and having the largest market share on superfluous profit. That's not what their mission statement is. Their mission statement is very clear: to make the society more prosperous, and that is their mission statement. So that is the vision and mission. So basically include it into your definition. Yeah, no compromise. Absolutely correct, Anuja. So now let's have a look at the Coca-Cola, and they talk about deliver for today and inspire for tomorrow. And that is what they live with, the mission and vision. So if you look at the working, now we are on the second point, if you remember. In between the examples are kept, which is, I have broken down many cases today into multiple parts, so that it becomes easy for us to understand it from step-by-step approach. So if you remember, my first topic was leadership, second was working definition of CSR. So that is where we are right now. What if the vision is already defined without CSR involved? After all, vision is defined one time. Anand Rao, we can redefine the vision. Yeah, companies are working a lot today, and they are redesigning their vision statement, because over a period of time you see that your business, which was supposed to be doing one activity but has moved into some other direction, so you need to at times rework on your vision statement. Some companies they don't need to because their vision is so carefully framed. For example, the vision statement of Disneyland is to be the happiest place on earth. I mean, that's what their vision statement is. So companies can definitely, so there is no hard and fast rule for the company that they cannot change the vision statement. Only thing is if it is not carefully designed, then you need to make sure that changes are done. So then comes the Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, if you talk about a company, the Coca-Cola is the world's #1 brand. If you write anything with a red and white, yeah, people will assume that it is Coca-Cola written with a white background and with a red background and white ink. If anything is written in any language, you end up assuming that this might be written as Coca-Cola. If you don't believe me, let me give you one more example. Santa Claus used to wear green color robes, green and white. Yeah, so Santa Claus used to wear those green and white color robes, but only when Coca-Cola came up with a advertisement where they started showing their company's Santa with red and white, it actually created an impact on the society that people have forgotten the black color one, the green color one, and now people remember only red color. In fact, you have never seen now. I think your generation would have never seen about a Santa Claus who has wore the green color, who has wore the green color robes. Yeah, is this clear, everyone? Manzira says I'm not audible. I think it is a problem at your end. Please check it at your end because I have not received any query from any student. Someone has come online suddenly. So that is where the Coca-Cola, what I wanted to share is the Coca-Cola is one of the biggest brands in the world. Yeah, so that's what it says. So 3,500 products worldwide, 13,22,000 tweets, 1,20,000 years of happiness. New York Stock Exchange trades this company at $40.46, and their products is available in 200 plus countries. So that is what they are talking about. I mean, this is how big the company is. So when the company is very big, the responsibility is also very big. Amit, why do you need to see the chat box? I can see your, whenever you type and you press enter, I'm able to see your chat. Is there anyone who's come online by any means? Because there is some disturbance, I guess, even at my end. Amit, I can read your question and answers. What are the importance of tweets? Tweets, I'm just talking about what is the importance of these tweets. It all depends upon the company. They are having 13,22,000 tweets, which means the world. What I want to show is the impact that they are making on the world is very high. The world knows them and recognizes them. Yeah, I think Yogita was the one who had come online. Yeah, so she's now offline. I think you will be able to hear me properly. Okay, then comes the corporate social responsibility, and this company, usually every company has some theme to revolve around. So this company has a theme where they talk about we, me, and world. We means the local community which will get benefited. Me means my employees. World means everybody in this world will have some impact because of this. So that is how they have divided their CSR. Does this mean that they are incorrect? They are not talking about triple P, people, planet, and profit, right? So that's where they are talking about. Saurabh, that is not the important thing. The important thing is that Coca-Cola is doing this. Yeah, we are not doing some other subject. We are doing a subject where we are focusing on the CSR activities. So let's not deviate from the point and talk on the lines of subsidiary and the holding about the company. Yeah. Okay, then comes me, we, and world. Now for me, they promote their employees' well-being and their good health. So like for example, if you look at Standard Chartered Bank, where they have a marathon for every company's employee. Same way me does under 16 cricket, under 16 football, or responsible marketing. Then comes we. We means for the local community. So they have for that they have support my school campaign, water and sanitation work, parivartan, drip irrigation, 5 by 20, empower women in a local community area. And for the world, they replenish water, they recycle packaging, reduce carbon, and source sustainability. We'll go one by one to each one of them because they keep coming in between the slides. So this is the topic that I was talking about. Now tell me, this is me or we or the world for the Coca-Cola? Is it we, me, or world? So I got n number of replies. Yeah. Yavinder, no issues. Sir, we can't. Can we stop chat? There is no chat happening here. There's only question and answer. What is responsible marketing? Marketing means marketing with the self-awareness campaign kind of thing. So it is me. So we all agree. So I got one person stating it as we. It is not we. It is me. Saurabh Agarwal. It is me, not we. So I got almost all of you stating it as me. Yeah. So there are some people like Suhas Patil. No, the Devyani says it's we. Reshma says it's world. No, I mean I have clearly stated on the last slide. If you just see, you just pay attention. Me under 16 cricket, under 16 football, and here we have Megha Gupta who's saying it as me. Yes, thank you, Megha. Right, so that's me, and so that is your end of your the assessment point. Now comes the third point within that assessment. If the products of the company are not health oriented, the CSR should be accepted by government. I mean, it has got no. I mean, this question is not relevant as well. So what is 5 by 20? Go then, wait for some time. I will teach you everything. Don't worry. Let us not jump to the conclusion. Those slides are coming, Kagan. How to do an assessment? Review corporate documents, processes, and activities. For example, your company thinks, hey, let us become a good company. So far, we have always thought of earning profit. We are earning profit. Let us become a good company. So your company thinks, okay, let us see whether our company is ISO certified. So let us try and converting our company from non-ISO certified to ISO certified company, right? So that is where your documents, processes, and activities are very important. So you have to make sure that the company does those, they keep their documents ready, they keep their activities, the review of the corporate documents, review every single aspect of your organization to see whether your organization is standing on the the strong foundation or the wrong foundation. So you check all those things and then go ahead and move ahead with the CSR activities. For example, you want to do CSR because after this step, what is going to happen? We are going to develop CSR strategy for the society. So before that, we have to see whether the current suppliers are being paid on time. Are our customers happy with our product? Right? So that is what the company needs to understand. So I get a few more questions now. Do companies do all these activities to keep the image high? Yadvinder, I think you're attending for the first time. Yeah. So I would request that you read the session 1 and session 2 slides as well. Now, I don't know how many of your companies where you work have a common code of business conduct documents, or you call it as the code of business conduct documents. Is there anyone who's aware about this? Is your company having code of business conduct? Okay, so Sambhaji says yes. If you say yes, write your company name as well. Where they give you the pattern how you should. John Dere. Okay, John Dere. There is one of my friends who's working there. Okay, we'll speak later. JP Morgan says yes. Solvet Homestyle, TCS, Cape Gemini. Yeah. And then we have Narasimha Kumar. Yes. Pfizer, Accenture. Yes. Okay. Okay, I have attended. Okay, there is someone who's saying I have attended the session. I am logging out. Deepak, thank you. Thanks, Yogita. Dr. Reddy's Tata Code of Conduct. Yeah, so some of the companies will call it with the Code of Conduct and Code of Business Conduct, or you you can call it with different names. So now look at this. What is there? There are some of the documents. The document says gift, meals, and entertainment. Employees are prohibited from accepting anything more than the modest gifts, meal, and entertainment from suppliers. In fact, some of the companies they totally don't allow you to take even the sweets. In the last lecture when I was attending, when I was giving that lecture, in that lecture, one of the students said, "Sir, in our company, not even the sweets are allowed." In fact, one of the students said, "Sir, not even the diaries. You can't even take the diaries from your suppliers because they try to induce you by their continuous name on your table." Anti-bribery policy has to be in place. Protecting of information which is secretive, information which is important and which belongs to the customer should not be leaked out to others, and reporting potential misconduct. So if there is anything, if you see anything which is misconduct happening in the company, it is not allowed. Yeah, we have restriction to accept any sort of gift. Asmi says, Asmi, which company you work with? Nancy says, I deal with several tier 1 clients. Okay, Nancy. So I see entertainment industry. Okay, so Asmi says I work with entertainment industry. So I ask the company. So this ends your assessment. So after you are done with your assessment, this is the place where you get in touch and you start working on your main strategy. So up till now we were doing the internal homework. So before you go for a race, you practice. So that is your assessment. So after you are done with your assessment, let us go ahead. We are ready for developing a CSR strategy for the society in which we are living. Jekintha Lobo says, I have attended the lecture, so logging out. I mean, you realize it's very late, Lobo. So it's no issues. I mean, I have no problems. Come back for the last session, yeah, which is happening in this week itself. So build support with senior management and employees, because without their support, nothing is gonna work. Research what other businesses are doing. If someone is saying save our tigers, so that does not mean we will also start a campaign save our dogs, so that people will know, okay, these competitors are competing even for animals. Yeah, so we should not do that. So research has to be done. What other businesses are doing. Prepare a matrix of proposed CSR action. It means before and after. If your company is ISO certified, not certified, then my after action is to get my company certified with ISO. If my building is not LEED certified, then I will get the company building LEED certification as well. So that is your matrix that you will prepare. We will go one by one on each of the top points. Developing options for proceeding and the business case for them. It means what are the multiple options that we have. For example, we will not only have the one campaign which revolves around Swachh Bharat. We can even do something for the girl child, right? Or we can even build public toilets. If not this, then we will go for the building up of school. If not that, then I will go for the clean and green environment in terms of planting of trees. Tias Ghosh says, in my company there is a strict compliance. We are not allowed to take anything from our distributors. For education for all, as said by Saurabh. Right, so these are some of the steps involved in developing. If you know these steps, your chapter gets over. Your chapter has got basically two answers: assessment and developing. So we should know that there are 5 steps, and what are those 5 steps? Build support, research what other business are doing. Then third is prepare a matrix for proposed CSR, develop options, and decide on direction, approach, and focus areas. Manish, that is too general question to be answered. Developing a CSR strategy, build support with senior management and employees. Can anyone give me one example? I have already said this about one of the player. Anyone who can tell me? Developing a CSR strategy, Reliance Foundation, Nita Ambani, including top management. Reliance, okay. Tata, who is the head of Tata Foundation? If Tata runs any kind of foundation, then who is the head? Work hard, okay. Ratan Tata. So I hope the point is clear with all of us. So success depends, CSR success depends upon the senior leadership. So you look at one company or look at any company's foundation. Today the people of the companies, the main promoters of the company have become the CSR head for the organization, so that they can take a step forward. Like for example, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation started by Bill Gates, who runs the company called as Microsoft. He has a foundation called as Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He has got enough money with him. So when he travels into other countries, when he comes to India, he never talks about software. He never talks about number of computers he's gonna do. He never talks about how we will remove privacy, piracy from the Indian subcontinent. He only talks about CSR activities. He met Rahul Gandhi last year. He spoke on polio. He has been the firm donor, in fact, one of the largest donors for removing or eradication of polio from India. His next target is to remove AIDS from India. So that's how the company, at times, they go beyond business. Hey, let us not talk business. Business will happen at its own pace. Let us see what we can do to make this society a real good society. If you read the whole Bill Gates story, which revolves around his capitalist mindset to the socialist mindset, which is right now, you will see how big transformation that the company has done over a period of time to create a good image, or when they started doing the good image gets started with create. I mean, the image creation always happens simultaneously. He also provides free meals in rural areas. Okay, there are many things that they do. Then comes the parametrics of proposed CSR action. What is those proposed CSR action? So it can be covered in something like this. You can have environment, social, economic, which is people, planet, and profit. Right? So we have processes. So in which you will say before we are just ISO certified. So can we register ourselves with Kyoto Protocol? Right? For example, your company manufactures refrigerators, and you all know that refrigerator comes with those star rating. Yes, Wipro is running CSR activity. Surujit, yes, they do run, and Azim Premji is one of the main person behind it. So just go and see how much he has donated to international business schools as well as the Wipro Foundation. I mean, you need to do more research. Yeah. Now look at this. Now, for example, you are a refrigerator manufacturing company, and your every refrigerator, they come with a star rating, energy star rating. How many of you are aware of the sticker that is placed on the refrigerator which has got stars? I hope we all are aware. Yes, so I got almost everybody replying that yes, we are aware. So yes. Now, for example, highest is 5-star, absolutely correct. Now assume you want to do CSR, but you know that in my company there are only 2 models of a refrigerator which has got 3-star rating. Rest all the refrigerator models does not have any star rating. So can we do something where my ratings gets improved? Now Tiasco says Godrej produces refrigerator with green technology and 7-star rated, which means a step towards environmental CSR, right? It means they are putting their perspective in that even my processes for which manufacture the product are the best possible processes. That's what this means here, Tias. Yeah, so that's what you can do. Now reduce carbon eco-coal. Now again coming back to Coca-Cola. Last lecture in the last lecture we had an employee of Coca-Cola sitting in the class. He felt so happy about the whole thing that thing we revolved around. Now please, first and foremost thing, as I say, it is not about how much profit you make and how much profit you give for CSR. It is all about doing all your activities in such a way that it helps someone or the other. I'll tell you what happened 3 years before, in fact 4 years before. Now 2011, the Coca-Cola did a huge campaign in rural market, and they said Chota Coke, and they started selling it in the market. The product was available, like Parle G is available today in all the retail stores in rural market. But then the problem was the sale was not increasing. In fact, the sale started falling. I mean, in fact, the way it should increase, it didn't increase. So the company top executive, they thought of doing a research and see why is it happening that way. So one of the top management executive, he actually went to one of the stores, and yes, we have moved away from that refrigerator. Come back to this point. Please don't waste your time in typing some other example while I am explaining this example. I mean, it's just a request. Yeah, we can discuss later, right? So now what is happening here is the company, when the person went and was doing the research on why this rural market sales are not increasing. So one of the person, he came to the store and he asked for the cola. So he got the Coca-Cola, but he didn't like the taste. Because the Coca-Cola was not served cold, because it's a cold drink and it will taste good only it is when it is cold drink. If you ever had Coca-Cola or Pepsi without it being cold, you will find that it is so difficult to take it. So what company thought that every retailer needs to be given a solar panel, which will increase his overall business as well. Earlier days, without electricity, this person used to shut down his shop at 7 o'clock. Now, because the solar panel is there, the electricity can be there even till the night because of the saved energy that it has. So not only it helps you run this particular, which will help them increase their Coca-Cola sales, but also the retailer will get benefited by selling many other products in the same store. So that's how you have to bring your things into such a perspective that it helps the real society. And look at this, a solar panel is definitely a good thing. Now today, I think it's there in the news that the airline company is testing of flying an aeroplane with a solar power. Yeah, Devyani says in rural areas there is no electricity. Now look at this. So today, if today's news is confirmed, so if the company is testing to, can you imagine how much less amount, how much less amount you'll be able to fly from one country to another, only because of solar power. So we have not yet harnessed the impact of solar power that is there available free of cost. Right, so that is where, so the country is getting the direct sun rays will be the one who will benefit a lot from solar power in the years to come. Then comes developing options for proceeding. See, let us go back and see what are the top points. So we started with this, build and support with senior management employees, research what other businesses are doing, prepare a matrix, and then comes develop options. What if I ask you, tell me two options. Tell me two options that you will do to take up for CSR. Write in the same sentence. Don't write two different sentences and press enter twice. What are the two CSR? After studying CSR, if I ask you, just assume that you have enough money in this world and you want to do that CSR activity. Which two CSR activity you will take? So Akanksha is typing. So when you're typing, I can see like WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, when you type, you can see Abhijit Shinde is typing, Amit Srivastav is typing, Anand Kharare is typing, Anjali, Anant Kumar is not typing, Ankit Kumar is not typing, Ashutosh is not typing, Atul Dod is not typing, Bharadwaj is not typing. And there is someone, Chetna Virmani, she's on other applications. She's not there on this particular thing. And even there are few others who are not there on my this thing, which is Divya. Okay, so can I see? Okay. So Devyani Ahuja says most of the electricity comes from solar power. Okay, we read about it, which is weight of millicard. Okay, so now we get some response. Sri Guru Vandana says Save Girl Child. Devyani says Swachh Bharat and women empowerment. These are the two activities. Pratik says go out and feed poor families. Santosh says education. I told you to write two in the same sentence. Still people write only one. I don't know why you don't understand my instructions properly. Somebody says build poor houses for poor. So I will not read those who have written one in separate lines. Educating child and vaccination of children, Gagan says. Then I got only one replies. Okay, I got Sumit Kumar who says plant more trees, educate children. Then I got Saurabh says orphanage and old age. Radhika says help girl child and orphans. Devyani says Swachh Bharat and women empowerment. Ravi Sharma says building house for the poor and clean the rivers. So basically, which also keeps better. No, please, if you have typed in multiple this thing, I will not be repeating that. Prachi says AIDS affected children and blind girls. Whereas Akanksha says save girl child and environment protection. So basically, all of you are giving me multiple replies, right? Will create recreational activities for employees, also create job-oriented programs for underprivileged people. Yavinder says. Help with survival. Okay, I mean, all of you have some or the other two activities. Some of you will learn. So basically, what I'm trying to say, don't fall in love with one CSR activity and say I will throughout my life do this. First, develop options. What are the multiple options that we have? Okay, Save Our Tiger was one of the campaign which created a wildfire amongst Indians, and now the Indian government is taking up a strong case against saving the tiger. Then let us take a back seat and let us move ahead in some other direction and finding out whether can we do something else, right? So some people are still typing increasing green percentage and social awareness for active participation in governance. Okay, so these are the things. So basically develop multiple options. So once you have multiple options, it will be easy for you to do things. Now look at this. Now this is the V. This belongs to which company if it starts with V? Yes, absolutely correct. I don't know how it is coming, how some people are getting audio rights today. Let me just check because somebody okay. So all of you have given me the correct answer in terms of that it is belongs to Coca-Cola. Anyone who can tell me who was their brand ambassador for this campaign called as Support My School? Who was the brand ambassador to Support My School? Yeah, it belongs to Coca-Cola. Okay, so now look at this. I get Dilip Vyas. In Rajasthan, any company which is setting solar power plant and taking government land on concessional rate as per policy, the company is supposed to invest some percentage of project cost in CSR in the area. I am working with renewable energy company. Thanks Dilip for sharing. So I get Ranbir Kapoor as the answer, Aishwarya Rai as the answer, Nita Ambani, Amir Khan. Then I got multiple Anupam Kher. I can see, I can read all of them. But then the correct answer many of you have given, and that correct answer is Sachin Tendulkar. Yeah, and if you see this campaign, I hope you will remember that Khelte Raho Khush Raho was the campaign which belonged to the local community, right? Support My School. So in school they started this sports activity which helped the student to get more students coming to the school almost every day. Then they started another campaign which is called as Parivartan. Parivartan in the way you do business. It was meant for the retail store who used to sell those products of Coca-Cola. So they started giving assistance in terms of how to manage the shop, how to manage the stock, how to manage the finances, and how to manage the customer. Should you speak to customers? So these kind of campaign was started by the Coca-Cola for the retailers in the rural area. So that was the project called as Project Parivartan. Now, then some of you are inquiring about 5 by 20. Now, 5 by 20 in itself is such a great thing. I mean, you looking at those number itself, you will think what this company tries to do. This company is trying to make sure that 5 million to create 5 million women entrepreneurs across the value chain by 2020. So they want to have those and those the Parivartan scheme, the Parivartan campaign that we were talking about, they want to train 5 million women entrepreneurs. And by which year? 2020. So any given day, if you open up your 5 by 20 campaign, you say, hey, which number we have reached? Hey, we have reached 3 million. And in how many years? We are in 2015. Okay, we need to have to. So your goal is there throughout in your mind. That's how they have created the name 5 by 20. Is this clear? So that's where the 5 by 20 campaign came up with. Sachin Tendulkar. Can you see my answer and question in English? I can see everyone, but the only reason is when I ask everyone to type, everyone starts typing, so 100 response come. Yeah, so Nilesh, I am not able to see that type. Then the world. This belongs again. You remember me, we, and world. So replenish water, conserve water, watershed protection, 110 recharge shafts that collected rainwater. So these are some additional things that they created. Recycling of their packaging. So because the bottles has been a big problem to recycle, so they started using those material which can be recycled. So today 84% of the material which is used for the bottle can be recycled. So that's the new thing that they started, packaging framework that aimed at a PET recycling project in Mumbai, partnership with BMC, and collected use of packaging material consisting of glass to glass and so many other things, right? Then comes developing a CSR strategy. The next step, decide on direction, approach, and focus area. Now, up till now, you had multiple options to do it. Coca-Cola is carbonated drink, which is unhealthy drink. Should they not close it down and bring some good products? Ravi Sharma says. Even cigarettes, yeah. Every product has got some or something or the other harm if taken it in excess quantity. So we as a consumer has to be aware. And so cigarette, I mean, till the time government does not ban it, we consider it to be legal. So if you remember, one of the CSR is being ethical, being legal, and being economic, and finally to be philanthropic. So we cannot, I mean, I cannot comment on it that they should shut it down and close down the business, go back home and start doing something else. So focus. I mean, you have to decide the direction because you cannot work in all the CSR areas. Your approach towards towards that direction. I mean, are you going to take it aggressive or are you going to take step by step process? Focus areas. Focus into one area because when you focus in multiple areas, you will tend to achieve none of them. So Project Santushti is another campaign done by Coca-Cola where they have a watershed project in Sambar Lake in Rajasthan where it helped to collect 210 million liters dam storage capacity. 5,500 people got benefited. Same thing happened even in the village near Nosal where 181 million storage of dam storage capacity was created with 5,000 people getting benefited. Instead of CSR, why can't they reduce the product prices? Even if they reduce the price, even then you need CSR. Coca-Cola and Pepsi are known to reduce water table levels drastically whenever the factories are set up. So is the CSR not cover up? Yes, you can say it is a cover up, but at the same time, the companies will set up the factories and companies provide employment. So they are at the same time they are able to create these projects as well. Very nice question, Nalini. As far as government gives them approval to start the factory, as far as government provides them the water for the community or for the factory, then I think they are ethically into the business, and but they are doing multiple things which will benefit the society. So I mean, when the company earlier days, nothing was happening. The company used to sell the product, earn the profit, and gone. Today it is mandated by the companies to have the CSR. Is it mandatory requirement to have CSR? Nilesh, good morning. I mean, you have not attended session 1 and session 2. That's the reason I'm asking you, greeting you with a good morning. Yeah. A good CSR strategy identifies overall direction of CSR initiatives, ideas for integrating business and CSR, priority areas, or all of the above. Oh my God. Before I could read, Pratik Bhatt has already given the answer. Oh my God. In the fraction of a second, I get to see there's some issue with the mouse. So I will read out anyone who has given the wrong answer, but I am finding it difficult to locate. Sachin Parashar said answer is C, which is incorrect. The correct answer is not A. Someone has said A. A is also not the correct answer. Shaivalini Shipra, it's incorrect. The correct answer is all of the above. Yeah. CSR assessment should identify risk and opportunities from dash point of view. Let me see who gives this answer. So I get people answering business, then I get Chandan who's answering D, which is environment. A. Dr. Sanjeevani is here again today, so she's answering it as A. Then you have business, D. C is stakeholders, environment. Basically, look at this. I mean, after looking at the paper, I must say you are dependent on luck more than my lectures. And some of them are even changing the answers. This is how the paper will come. And your answers, many of you have given wrong answers. CSR assessment. Assessment means what? Checking of the CSR, whether my company, and this happens within my business. So the correct answer is business. When you're writing shareholders, stakeholders, environment, you lost 2 marks or 1 mark in the paper, depending upon the type of marks that it covers. Please be very careful. This is how it will. The question will be tricky. It will not be straightforward. You are MBA students, so we expect you to give proper answers. Okay, let's see who can answer this. The members of the CSR team should directly be accountable too. Okay, now I'm getting correct answer. Some of them are writing it as A, stakeholders. Some of them are writing it as B. Let me see, is there anyone who's writing C and D as well? I got it. Society. Okay, there is one Anand Kumar who's writing it as society. So again, I got one more person saying C, which is Gagan Sharma. I don't know whether you are lucky enough today. Good that your paper is not there today for CSR. The correct answer is the CSR member should directly be accountable to top management. The CSR members of my organization, the CSR team, should be accountable to top management. You know what you are doing? You want everyone to be covered. So if I take stakeholders, at least top management will also come, society will also come, government will also come. So you are thinking, so let's take a bigger one so that everyone will fall into. Because it's a positive sentence, the answer will also be super positive. That's what you are thinking. But look at this, your answer might be considered as incorrect in the paper. And at times, after you complete your paper, you might think, wow, what an easy paper. So, when you answer these kind of questions and you say what an easy paper, you understand whether it was easy or whether it was tough. So let us sum it up so we know how to develop a CSR strategy. So did you saw my message, Tanmay? I cannot see all the messages. Yeah, there are hundreds of messages, Tanmay. I'm so sorry. Sir, I wish if you know my answers are visible. Anindita Chaudhary, yes, your answers, I'm not sure, but this message is visible. Top management can be stakeholders, but then there are other stakeholders too. The clear-cut answer is top management only. Abhijit. Okay, let us move ahead and say implement a CSR strategy. For example, if somebody asks me, who is my, for example, somebody asks me who will be, like where the answer should be father, but the option is family as well. So that does not mean you will mark family as the answer. If the answer is father, it has to be the answer should be father only. Yes, Anjali, everybody's comments are visible to me. Is this clear? Anyone wants to come online and have any query? I mean, with a headset, if you have a headset, can we just go live? So for a second, for only one query I will take. Is there anyone? So let me just take a person on my own so that I can ask the question. I take Chetna Virmani, who is Chetna. Chetna,
yeah.
Chetna, I could see that you are not on the screen. That is the reason I took you online.
Yeah, no, I am on the screen, but actually I am in office, so couldn't answer your question. Sorry.
No, because I could see that the moment you go on off screen, yeah, which is leaving my main screen, usually it gives me a notification. Yeah.
Okay, so actually I am in office, so some other work was there, so I switched on my screen.
Okay, my question is, what are the 2 steps in developing a CSR strategy? What are those 2 important things when you develop a CSR strategy?
I'm busy in some other work.
So please continue with your work. Yeah, make sure that you pay attention and and give 100%.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Ghosh. Ghosh, thank you. Yeah, I mean for your wonderful comment that you have written. So let me see who else I can take online. This is dangerous software. We are being spied. Ravi, yes, that's Ravi. Okay, Ravi is the one who wants to come online. Build support and see what other business. Aksha Rathod is writing. Let me see who is the next person. I will take Pratik Bhatt. Pratik is not there. Pratik does not have a headset today. Saloni Jain. Saloni? Wow, this is really good. Do not to have a headset. Yeah, please have this headset where you can talk as well. Shaivalini Chitra. Shaivalini Chitra is listening to music. Shaivalini. This is how you know that some of the students are just for the sake of being there. I will take Yadvinder, who is attending his first class today. Yadvinder,
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Oh wow, this is amazing audible, yeah? I mean, your voice is so clear, it's clearer than me.
Yes, sir, I'm using headphones.
Amazing, yeah? I think everyone should buy one.
Okay. So, sir, I missed out the other lectures, but I'm attending it today. This is my first time.
Okay, I know you are attending for the first time, so my request is please attend the first 2 sessions, the recordings are available.
Okay, sir, I'll check the recording, sir.
Okay, now my question is to you, right? What are
Yes,
tell me any 2 steps of developing a CSR strategy? Any 2 steps?
First step is direction, second is approach, then last is focus.
No, this is just one of the steps. Direction, focus and approach is one step taken together.
And sir, research on the other businesses that other companies are doing.
Wow, amazing. So a round of applause for Yadvinder. Yeah, thanks Yadvi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Wow, this is amazing. The students are paying attention. So round of applause from my side only for Yadvinder now. Yeah, so this is, can you see that emotions? Yeah, can we get started? Direction, I have a microphone, approach, sir, please wait. I'm getting my headset. Pratik says it's noisy, don't have a mic in my headset. This is the first time I'm attending lecture, yet to get a hang of online lecture system. I want to catch up with all the missed lectures. This session was really nice. I hope to get to leave office early every time there is a lecture. Okay, Aditi, I wish you get those time every day. Okay, and I'm glad that the World Cup schedule is not affecting our lectures. Yeah, if the matches happen in India, that becomes a problem. So this happens in New Zealand, so it starts at early morning. So it's not affecting. So I'm very happy. So let us move ahead without wasting further time. Implementing CSR. Please pay attention because after this lecture, after this completing this topic of implementing CSR, I will take few more students online, and the questions will be from this slide only. So please pay attention without going or swapping those tabs which you have at your disposal. So let us move ahead. What is implement CSR? Develop an integrated CSR decision-making structure. Boss, until and unless you have that hierarchical chart in the organization, nobody will listen to you. People should know that you are at this designation, you are a CSR officer or you are a chief social officer of the organization. So that hierarchy has to be prepared so that their employees know that what is this company doing, from which person the mail is coming, do we need to pay more attention to this mail or should we just ignore like any other mail. That is integrated system where you know who is supposed to report to whom. Next is prepare and implement CSR business plan. See, even though it's a charity for the society, but still we have to be very careful in terms of creating the best business plan. It means create a business plan. Like for example, if you remember 5x20 created by Coca-Cola, they were very clear, 5 million entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs to be trained by 2020. So that is your business plan. How much is going to be the cost? How much is going to be the benefit? Anywhere the moment business plan comes, you talk about 2 important things, cost and benefit. Then set measurable targets. Measurable means something that you know at the end of 5 years whether you have achieved it or not. In fact, keep your target as a goal, like the way you have 5x20. Again, set measurable targets and identify performance measure. How will you measure your performance? For example, the government can easily measure those performance which they have created. They want to build up 5 crore toilets in India. So if we look at the count, how many toilets has been built so far? Measurable. If you just say, hey, I just want toilets in India, does not mean whether you have achieved it or not. So you have to come up with a concrete number so that you know where do I stand. Engage employees, because you will not hire people from outside like the politicians do when they want to take people for the rally. Here you have to take your employees for doing CSR. When you're doing a tree plantation drive for the company, you have to make sure that your employees come on Sundays. And even after that, they don't ask for a comp off. That is where the importance of CSR comes. Yeah, so you have to engage employees. You have to make sure, we have still not implemented. This is the step within the implementation. First, develop a structure, followed by create a business plan, set measurable target which can be achieved, engage employees. Next is design and conduct training wars. If you don't provide them proper training, it is going to create a big problem. Like for example, if you want your employees to run marathon tomorrow itself, yeah, I was working, I'll tell you about a company. Like for example, if I ask all my employees, if I assume that I run a company, and I ask my employees tomorrow we have to go for a marathon run, and you all have to run 10 kilometers. Sunday you will come with lots of enthusiasm, you will run 10 kilometers. Monday you all are absent. Because this was done without any concrete plan. Train your employees regularly. When the marathon run takes place, it is the people who are trained in the organization that how will you run that dream run. So that is how the company needs to conduct a training. Establish mechanism for addressing problematic behavior. There are chances, for example, my company does a marathon run and I get a heart attack in the midst of my running. Who is going to be that support system for me, who will stand for me that point in time? You never know whether this will happen or it will not happen, but you have to make sure that you have something for the problematic situation. Right? I'll share with you one case which happened during a marathon run. There was an explosion which took place, but these people were equipped with all those equipments which were required, not because they anticipated an explosion, because they know that something if goes wrong, then we need to have a plan B with us. And that plan B is established mechanism for addressing problematic behavior. Then finally tell all your employees, create internal and external communication plan. Tell everyone that this is what you are supposed to do. These are the things that you need to carry. These are the things that you should be doing. For example, if you are doing some rural activity, you want to go to some rural area, adopt that rural area, give some old clothes to them, or you want to give away your books to them, or you want to give cycles to them. Don't flaunt your good tablets that you have, and don't flaunt your good mobile. Don't show off your good gadgets that you are carrying. Be humble when you go for any such visits. Yeah, you're not going there to tell them, see how privileged we are. You're not going, you have to synthesize with them and you have to understand their problem. Only then these activities are clear. So those things can be understood only when you have a clear, correct communication plan. There are trainings which is conducted in the organization called as first aid training, or the emergency drills which are conducted in various companies. So I remember, for example, if some attacks take place, like for example, if a person meets with an accident, I hold him with a hand, another person hold him with a leg, without giving a support to his neck will break down. I mean, if you would have not helped, that person would have been still in a better position. Because you helped, he ended up into a vulnerable situation. So you need to know how to help. It is not only about happy to help. You should know how to help. So if you know how to create a stretcher out of two bamboos, for example, if there are two bamboos kept like this, so if I remove my shirt and put one bamboo from one side up till my sleeve, and put another bamboo from the other side and up till my sleeve, and take another shirt of another person, the stretcher is almost ready. That is how people need to be trained. It is not something that you will on the day of when the fire breaks out, people don't know how to use fire extinguisher. It is placed everywhere, but we never did a drilling. You have to make sure that you know the difference between ABC and CO2 kind of fire extinguisher. Else you will end up making a good loss for the company. So for happy to help, you should know how to help. Else don't help if you really don't know. If you are not an expert, give your money to an NGO. Is this clear, everyone? Ravi Sharma says, I need to go home as I'm in office at this moment. I'll get back in 20 minutes. No issues, Ravi. Anuja Patel says, I have to log out, but we'll catch up. Evacuation drills are never taken seriously. People don't like to give importance to emergency preparedness plan. Yeah, that's true. But then we have to give because you are synthesized now with CSR. So I think we all know about this. So all of you. So is this clear? Is this slide clear? Memorize all your points. Develop an integrated CSR plan and decision-making structure. Develop and implement the CSR business plan. Third, set measurable targets. Then engage employees. Train those employees. then comes the training, and then comes the mechanism to handle those problematic behavior, create internal and external communication plan. So that is your first step, which is decision making structure. Prepare and implement CSR business plan, which talks about cost and benefit, set measurable target. Sorry. Then you have engage employees, design and conduct CSR training. So for marathon run, if you are doing a 21-kilometer run, so make sure that you train all your employees rather than just push them into the well. This is the problem which took place, explosion at Boston Marathon 2014. People were well equipped. Slide for a few seconds, please. Yeah, but Ashutosh, I have just explained all the points. That is the reason I am just moving ahead. Problematic behavior could be anything. It is not always accidental. It could be a heart attack, as I said. If I get a heart attack, that's a problematic behavior. So create an internal and external communication plan. If you have an Aquafina bottle with you, you can read out the message given there. We call it a positive water balance to help save a precious resource that is fast depleting in India through rainwater harvesting, communication, watersheds, and water construction in agriculture. We at PepsiCo India have saved 13.5 billion liters of water, more water than we consume. Now they are putting it on in all their bottles, right? So that's where you have to create it. Last slide, please. I mean, Ashutosh, the whole session is getting recorded. You can go through the recordings, right? And you can pause it as per your requirement, yeah? Because we have to complete 2 more chapters. So learning case study, today we will do 1 more case. I hope you all like my cases which I bring for you with lots and lots of efforts. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your response. And this is what motivates me. Your yes motivates me to work on the next case study for this Saturday, right? Thank you so much. Okay, let us move ahead. So, good evening. It is my first session. I am linking it so much that I am planning to attend all from now on. Kalpana Bharti, I would request please go and attend all the recorded sessions. Yeah. Pratik says never have studied, like in fact this helps. Now this case study is really interesting. An Aircel case, amazing case. 26th July. We all know what happened in Mumbai. So after that, you know what happens, right? Let's see. The case study will tell everything. A few years back at Milan Subway, and Milan Subway, I hope we all know, Milan Subway is a place where even if you pour a bucket of water, just a joke, but it gets flooded very fast. In fact, when the Mumbaiker wants to leave his place, he first sees early in the morning, he starts the news channel when it's raining heavily to see whether the trains are working or not. So one person you will always find standing at the Milan Subway and showing that the water is flooded. That's the situation. Sorry to ask, but can you please tell where you can get recorded session? You can reply at your convenience. You cannot download recorded session. You have to view it real time. Dr. Sanjeevani, and it is available in academic. I will ask my people here where you can get the recording because I'm not the expert. I'll ask them again. Learning resources. Avinash says it is available in learning resources. Thanks, Avinash. So can we just complete this case and then get disturbed? Yeah, because after this case I'm giving you a break. In that 2 minutes I can answer few of your queries. And can you see this Aircel? What did the Aircel did? They placed a river rafting board on the hoarding. So till the time it was not raining, it acted as a marketing material. In case of emergency, cut rope. That was written on this particular case. And then they showed this vehicle moving, and then it started raining, and it started raining very heavily. You can see the flood getting accumulated, and within few hours, this was the situation in Mumbai. And the water everywhere was the case, and then actually the rope was cut by the local people along with the employees of Aircel who came in at the situation and cut the rope. And this is how the local people were involved in removing that. And can you see this Aircel guy here? So the company employees, along with the local player there, they helped getting the river rafting boat and help moving people from one place to another. Now look at this, a material which was meant for marketing is now being used for CSR, which is helping society. And actually it helped people. People were actually were able to move from one place to another, from one side to another. If one boat can't work at all. Yeah, but then Santosh, I mean, what should I answer for this? As I see towards business strategy in spite of CSR, as I see SL all over, something is better than nothing. Yeah, Anindita says something is better than nothing. Yeah, company is doing something. Appreciate it. Then you say one vote cannot do. The government should also do something. You know what? The government learned a lesson from Aircel, and next year they purchased lot many boats, river rafting boats. So this is the lesson for others. This is the lesson for the DMC. This is the lesson for the government, and they should be doing something. Yeah. So this is how the boat helped people to move one place to another place, and that's how the people were very happy and reaching it helped them reach destinations. Though definitely it helps people. Hats off to innovation thinking, Saurabh says. This is a great move, Narasimha says. And they place small boats in different places of Worli where it gets flooded, so small water boats or the bicycle boats were placed. People are too cynical, they only criticize. No, Kalpana, this is not the cynical, they have a different viewpoint. They think, they think that it should have been done something on a much bigger level. I mean, that's the difference in thinking. I don't think so it's a problem. So this is the end of chapter 2. I hope it is easy. It was easy to understand the chapter. And it's a request, please attend my face-to-face class. Yeah. When it comes to Mumbai, when you come to Mumbai, I will be taking a session in Mumbai for 3 to 4 hours. I don't know, depending upon the time frame that they give. No, I'm in Nancy. I'm in Mumbai. Yeah. Okay. Let me just take Nancy online. I don't know whether Nancy has this support today.
Hi sir, how are you?
Hi Nancy, we all can hear you.
Hi. Sure.
So my question is, can you tell me what is the most important step in implementing CSR according to you?
Implementing CSR, the most important step you mean?
Come again?
You want to know the most important step here?
Yeah. What according to you is the most important step? Now you're okay.
I think it is it is, yes, I was going through the notes only. But yes, I think encouraging more and more employees would be a great help because the employees later would form the top management.
Absolutely correct. I agree with you. Though we differ in points, but then I think you have a reason to it. Why when you're saying that this is the most important point, I agree and I take your point. Tanmay says, sir, what about us from Bangalore? So Tanmay gets online in a fraction of a minute. Just a second, Tanmay. In fact, thanks, Nancy. Where is Tanmay? Tanmay is from. Yeah, Tanmay.
Hello.
Hello,
sir. Hello.
Yeah, Tanmay.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. You asked me a question. You asked me to come online. Take you online.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I am from Bangalore, so I just want to know that how you attend the classes in Bangalore.
How?
How you attend the classes in Bangalore? I just want to know about that.
Yeah, I have no idea. Go and ask your information center from where you took the admission, right? I mean, I thought you would ask me something related to my topic, yeah? I thought you will take my...
Yeah, I like your classes, sir. That's why I just come for the repeating session also.
Okay, you're coming for the repeat session.
Yes, then I just attended the Saturday also. Today also came.
See, the NMIMS also does CSR, right? By taking the people again in the class.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Nice to talk with you, sir.
Okay, we take a break. Yeah, we will have people again who will get a chance to come online again. Thank you so much. Because I need a break. Yeah, I mean this is continuous talking, and this is not the only lecture that we take. Yeah, thanks. I would like to be online. Shivendra Mandal, we will come again. So this is my first class of you, and this is really interesting. Thank you, Priyadarshini. Okay, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to take a break. Thanks. From recording the session again. Thanks, Pradyut. Nancy also. Thanks both of you. If fail auto rickshaw. IYS Tulika. What is this? Pradyut, what are you trying to say? It's okay. Pradyut.Tulika. Okay, so she says it's Tulika. Okay, I'm so sorry. Your name is coming as Pradyut, so that's the reason. So improve accountability. Why do we need to measure things? Because it improves your accountability, it helps in avoiding action from pressure groups. So basically continuous measurement is very important. Only then you know where do you stand as far as your progress are concerned. Yeah, it also knows where you are. Absolutely correct, Nagarjun. So you cannot measure everything in this world, and it is difficult. I cannot measure how many of you all smiled during my one of the sad joke that I cracked in the class. Yeah, and how much inches you smile, 5 inches, 4 inches, 3 inches. I cannot measure them. Measure which is important, measure what matters. So that is what this thing says. Each working person knows the importance of measurement because it is smart. Thanks, Nilesh. Nice humor. So measure fewer things better, measure what matters, and communicate fewer metrics in multiple ways. So present the same fact in multiple ways. For example, my customer is not interested in certain measurements, like for example, how much company is making a profit, but my customer is interested in the product innovation that I have done for the current products. My suppliers are not interested again in my how much products I am able to sell, but their payment ratio. So present multiple facts in multiple ways depending upon the kind of stakeholders I am gonna talk or interact with. Else it is of no use. Sitting in this class, if I teach you 4th semester subject, say, hey, you are definitely going to come to 4th semester, learn 4th semester now. Of no use. We have to go step by step. So we have to measure few things. We have to measure things which matters the most. So communicate fewer metrics in multiple ways. What are those multiple ways? Present the same facts in monetary wise. Monetary means accounting based. How much is your economy impact? Financial transaction in terms of contribution of employees or product in terms of dollar value. Quantitative wise, you can present your metrics, or qualitative wise. Qualitative wise means, for example, the sense that my employees have become more happy after putting this, this thing into the place. For example, your company comes and says, hey, from tomorrow you have a flexi timing. At the same time, you will only have to work 4.5 days in a week. So you look at the happiness that will come on your face right now. I mean, on the Monday you have to wait for Friday itself, and Friday is also half day. So you get 2.5 free day. So somebody is saying that. So you will measure the happiness of the employee. At the same time, it's a relation with productivity. You will also measure the work-life balance of the employee. You will also see the number of years that the employee spends in my organization after this. So that's what the company does. So quantitative wise, how is the productivity has increased, whether the profit has increased, whether the employees who are actually serving the customer are serving them in a much better way. So these are the things that will be very important. Now let us see how you can measure the Save Our Tigers campaign. Yeah, so let us see how as a country, first I need to know why I need to save the tigers only. Why can't I save some other animal? Why can't I save lion? Why can't I save peacock? What is so important about tigers? So first I will measure them in terms of the revenue that it gives, because they are the national animal. Yes, absolutely, they are the national animal. And also look at the amount of money, the revenue that the country gets. 1760 crore in Peria Tiger Reserve, 1650 crore, 830, 1470. Can you accumulate? If you accumulate all of them, it will go to 2226 crore. Yeah, that's the revenue. People come here to see tigers. I had been to Jim Corbett last year, and believe me, they have reduced in such a number. I mean, they were 3,000 tigers. Then they reduced it down to almost half, 1411. If no proper action would have been taken, it would have reduced further. Yeah, so that's where it comes from. So you measure why tigers are important, and see how is your international campaign to show a good brand image of your company, of your country basically. Not all Indians are polite, hospitable and vegetarian. So we have tigers who is not polite, not hospitable and not vegetarian. It's a non-vegetarian animal. So they are promoting through tiger. So look at the impact of tiger. That is the reason why we need to save tiger. So these are the things where you can measure and you can tell it to your management. This is the reason why we need to do this. If this number gets increased, our company gets highlighted. Our company gets a good brand image in the market. Then came this Aircel, who did a joint campaign with NDTV along with World Wildlife Federation. They all came together, because you cannot, if I ask you how will save a tiger, okay sir, the Aircel company is saying save the tiger. Now tell me, Mukesh or Nagarjuna or Nancy or anyone in this class, how will you save tiger? If tiger comes, you say, okay, I will save you. I mean, that's the worst thing that you can do. They said save tiger, but how? Oh, so the World Wildlife Federation had got the, I mean, come on, the people who poach, they will poach. You person from like you and me getting this message, save tiger, will not know how to. Okay, pass on the message. If you think so that they were so worried about the message, if the message, the people who are killers, do you think so that the social message will help? So they actually found out there are various ways that they can increase the number. First, you have to reduce poaching. The poachers cannot be reduced, but the poaching has to be reduced. So how the poaching has to be reduced? By making sure we have the best security cameras across, so that all the tigers, today all the tigers is actually tracked. At which location a current tiger is, it's actually tracked. Right. So what do you need to do when you buy a SIM card? A small amount of money will go to World Wildlife Federation, which will give it to the government, and then they will plan things so that the tigers numbers are increased regularly. Absolutely correct, Priyadarshini. And then once your campaign becomes successful, look at it. In 2000, there were 3,000 plus tigers. 2006, we almost in 6 years we were half the numbers. 2010, we were 1,706. And 2014, now again we are somewhere between the 720 to 1,800. So that is the numbers that we are looking at. So we want to have more tigers now. So that is the whole thing that the country, and that's how the measurement has to be done. Don't measure everything. How many trees are there? How many stripes are there on a tiger? And measure things which are important, which will make an impact, which will create a difference. And that's how you say later on you can divide your number of tigers into this breakup, and you say, look at this number of places where the tiger numbers have increased, but there are some places where tiger numbers have not increased but decreased. Uttar Pradesh is one place from where in 2010 there were 118 tigers. So in spite of taking good precautionary measures to increase the numbers, there is a fall. So through this measurement that something is really wrong or something needs to be done, so that we increase the numbers here as well, right? So look at this. So which places? Jharkhand, the number was 10, now it's only 3, right? And in such a big jungle, locating 3 tigers when you're on a trip, it will be, very sad thing. There is someone who says, got to go. Thanks, sir. Thanks, Sachin. Thanks for coming. So I see numbers reducing now. If you reduce your number now, you are missing 2 chapters. I'm just telling you. Then comes social auditing. Any auditing with respect to CSR. Any auditing with respect to CSR is social auditing. And I hope we all know what auditing is. Auditing is checking the books of accounts, checking everything. Social accountability, 8,000. Absolutely correct, Saurabh Agarwal. We are going to come to that point in your next class. So that is social auditing. Anything that accounts you for CSR, that is social auditing. What is the objective? To keep a check, to keep a track, and to make sure that your CSR activities progress in the correct manner. That is the major objective of social auditing. What is the benefits? It encourages good business practices, which is called as GBP, yeah, or in manufacturing sector there is something called as GMP, good manufacturing practices. If anyone from pharma background would have definitely know what GMP stands for. So it instills the loyalty among people. So that is where the social auditing comes. Now please remember, monitoring can be done 2 ways. It can be internally monitored. You create a team within your company. Now measurement is over. Now you are coming to monitor. How do you monitor? Hire someone from outside and he will monitor you. Or within the company, hire few people. You have a business compliance team in your organization. Compliance team. Audit team is there. Yes. Now this compliance team, what do? They keep on checking your books of accounts. So same way for your CSR activities, hire some people within the company who will take care of CSR activities, who will project the reports of the CSR, who will project the report of CSR activities. That is internal monitoring. Then comes external. External monitoring happens two ways. One is quantitative in terms of number. Next is qualitative in terms of media coverage. I'll tell you one instance before I explain you this. I took my students to college to the Juhu Beach for a beach cleaning drive. And in that beach cleaning drive, after the beach cleaning drive got done, the media had come, media projected, it was a International Navy Day. So on Navy Day, we were doing that beach cleaning drive along with the students. We collected some 16 black bags, yeah, the used garbage, yeah, and then we gave it to the BMC and they threw it out. Later on, what the Navy people did, they gave them some, some of the plates to eat snacks, and your samosas were given and some refreshments were given. What some of the students did was they threw that particular thing on the streets, on the same beach. Now you are doing activity just for the sake of activity. Actually, you don't know what you have done. So media, instead of covering what you have done, you have made the beach clean. In fact, it covers something which is negative. So that is your negative media coverage. At times, even in spite of doing so many good activities, media will cover negative. So what impact? So you can monitor the media coverage that is being given. Peer and expert evaluation. You can ask your people, hey, do you know about this campaign? Like for example, many company has launched an app for female security, for women security. So you press on that button and the app becomes activated. The two messages are sent to two people, and then they immediately call you up. So that's how you start this. You see whether it is actually helping people. So you ask them, hey, have you heard about this campaign? So Nirbhaya app. So Sushil says Nirbhaya app is something. M indicator. M indicator is not a CSR. It's a good money minting thing. Yeah. Informal feedbacks, image from financial analyst, perception. So these are the qualitative ways where you can monitor your company. Quantitative ways, you can check the stock exchange if it has gone up after your event or activity. Employee health and safety, whether the number of people, number of accidents that is taking place within the company. If the accident was 100 in the last year and it has gone down to 2, then basically your CSR activity, which is for workers, is actually working. Women safety app, where Shivendra is asking what is women safety app. So once they click on that app, the moment they click on that button, the messages go to two people, and it is available not one but there are many. Then comes productivity survey. Productivity survey means you check whether your employees have actually improved in productivity. Now look at this. You can monitor your CSR activity which Aircel did. I'm taking the same example ahead. Monitoring and measurement. Whether your campaign of Aircel was successful, whether media took it in the right spirit, did the media did the right coverage, and if yes, then you can show it to your bosses next day. Look at the positive impact of our campaign. Now look at this. Everybody talking about Aircel, end of societal and beginning of publicity. Why publicity? Because it is you're not paid. You have not paid for this advertisement. Now look at this. Mumbai waits on the wet test day, and they are talking about this Milan subway, and they are talking about Aircel people. If you see Aircel, so that's how the Times of India placing an ad becomes very costly affair. So that's where you save money when you do CSR. At times, media covers it for free. Aircel did what BMC did not. I mean, that's the amazing headline to get into. And look at the kind of image that they will have, and the image of this person, of the boat, and everything. The river rafting boat. Even the Economic Times, which is known only for keeping those business news, also talks about some of the same campaign. But heavy rains hold out hope in states. So they are talking about hope. Yeah, positive media publicity, right? Absolutely correct, Sushil. This is positive media publicity. Mumbai interrupted. What worked and what did not. So this actually worked. So that's how they are talking about. Now they are saying, hey, we need to learn a lesson from Aircel. And that's where monitoring and measurement gets ended. Is this clear? Here, everyone. Who wants to come online? This is the end of one more chapter. Who wants to come online? Say yes, I want to come online. Then I take you online. Shivendranath says, Mantal says, I want to come online. So Shivendranath, I am taking I'm sorry, guys. There were some technical issues. I have to run to the IT guys to get it sorted. The recording is paused. Okay. So I was taking Shubhendra. Shivendra, who wanted to come online? Can anyone tell me who Shivendranath? Okay, Shivendranath. Shivendra?
Hello.
Hi, Shivendra.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible to all of.
Hi, everyone. Well, sir, I just had a query, like that time you was typing. You said that women's safety app, whether is it a part of CSR?
Yes, if a company puts an extra effort to develop that app, which is not into their this thing, so that can be considered as a CSR activity.
Sir, I am with corporate security with Fidelity. So,
Okay.
as per my knowledge, all the MNC they need to in Gurgaon and NCR, along with Delhi, they need to have requisite, women's safety facilities. Either you provide them app or you provide them with security guards, escort security guards. So I don't think so. It's a part of CSR because that's a mandatory thing which a company needs to do.
It's a mandatory thing. It's a mandatory thing. Then it's not a CSR. But if you are making an app which will help, like for example, I'll tell you one pharma company where my student was working. They made an app for everyone in the society, not only for their employees.
Okay. Okay.
So that's where the whole CSR. I mean, she asked me to promote it on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and everywhere, and people were downloading that app, and it was helping everyone around. So that's where it's done a CSR for almost everyone. If you have a women safety house in your organization, then it is a mandatory thing that your company is following, which will not be a CSR.
True, sir. True. That is what I wanted to know.
Is starting an app also mandatory?
No, it's not mandatory as such. And I had recently attended one of the conference related to security, wherein I was questioning the entire lot of security companies whether the apps are actually fruitful or not. But this is a testing phase, which is still on testing mode. So once it's get clarified by all the companies, I think that would really work out. But as of now, it's on tasting phase.
Shiv, you are from Delhi?
Sir, I am from Kolkata, but right now presently located at Gurgaon.
Great, great. I mean, I hope you are enjoying the session. So should I ask one
Great,
question
sir.
now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me, how is monitoring different from measurement?
So monitoring is something wherein you are keeping a watch, whereas measurement is something wherein it has got your quantitative and qualitative approach in in measuring something, whereas monitoring is just keeping an eye or keeping a watch over the situation.
If all of you agree with his answer, then please have a round of applause for this Shivendra. Thanks, Shivendra. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming online. Yeah. Okay, Shivendra, many of them are replying to your query, and they are saying, I agree with Shivendra. What a measurement has figures involved. Absolutely correct, Yadvinda. Anyone else who has not come online? Yeah, Ghosh also agrees. Yeah, thanks. Anyone else before I start the next chapter? Dr. Sanjeevni, can I take you online? We have one doctor along with us, so let us take doctor online. Before you start, doctor.
Hello.
Hi, doctor. How are you?
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Doctor.
Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes. You are doctor already?
Yes, sir. Myself, doctor. I am done post graduation in Masters of Public Health, sir.
Public healthcare. Very good. So we have a wow, who is already a doctor. In fact, I become a student. I become a patient now. Okay, doctor. So what is the number of years gap that you have in your education right now?
I think just 2 years back. Before this, I have done masters in public health from Pune University before 2 years ago in 2013.
Okay, okay. Now my question is, tell me one example. Give me one example where you can tell me that this is measurement.
Measurement is a statistical part, I think.
Yes, yes, I know you have given that, but you tell me one example. You explain the same thing. For example, building up toilets, 7 lakh toilets, 7 lakh toilets built up already, then it is a measurement, right? Same way you give me one more example. Yeah, Yadvinder, I'll come back to you.
Hello. Hi, sir.
Yes, yes.
In field, how much malnutrition is there we have to see, and how much improvement after doing some implementation, how much children get improved from that nutrition. That is also a type of measurement.
It is in numbers, is basically the measurement. Thank you, Sanjeevni. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, Ipsita, I will take Ipsita online. Ipsita? Ipsita? Absolutely correct. So, Ipsita is not coming online. So, let's move ahead and start the last chapter, which is the most important and most cute chapter, because reporting, we all are scared of reports. When we go for a medical testing, currently from last 7 days I have been suffering from a cold. Now tomorrow the doctor has suggested I get the swine flu test or the some of the other tests done. Now I am equally scared of the report that will come. The reason is very simple, because we all are scared of reporting, and without reporting nothing is important. I mean, if you don't get results in your hand, do you think so you will pay attention and you will come to this class? Yeah, will you come to the class if there is no reports that comes in the end? Definitely, Tiyas Ghosh, Yadvinder, Tanmay, Ravi Sharma, almost everyone is saying no. And that is the importance of reporting. Reporting keeps you on track. How many of you open your 10th standard result and see, hey, how bright I was? It shows the track, Nilesh, absolutely. I did, Neha says. And what has happened to you now? You remember when you joined this course, you promised yourself that I will work really hard, I will start studying the day I will get the book. Then you waited to lectures to start. Devyani says, do we have to attend lecture for report? No, we have to attend lecture not for report, but we have to attend lecture for making our report look good. Yeah. So CSR reporting is that's how it is important. If there is no report that is going to publish, then who cares whether I plant 5 trees or 50 trees? It's just a number that stays in my book. Report is equal to mirror. What a statement Nilesh has made. Report is equal to mirror. I mean, it tells you where do you stand. I mean, absolutely correct, Nilesh. So why reporting is important? Because it adds credibility, it gains you loyal customers, and it gains access to capital. Because once you show your report card to other, like for example, when you pass your CA, or when you become doctor, or when you achieve some milestone, you don't go and tell anyone. Why do you still show your report cards when you join some new company? Now there is some person. Devyani says, we are 2 of us attending the lecture from one ID. Devyani says, okay Devyani, no issues. Where do you stand up? Proof that what I have achieved. Yeah, why do we support report? Because proof that I have achieved this and this is my past credential that stands with me. And that is the importance of reporting. I need not go in detail. Why do a company needs to report? We know the number of benefits that the reporting has. Then most important thing, whom to report? Should I report only to top management about CSR, or should I report to all my stakeholders? Tell me. Reporting should be done only to top management or to everyone who is getting affected. Absolutely correct, Nilesh. All stakeholders, Saurabh also. Contents of CSR report. Contents of CSR report should include content only related to CSR. Discussing about American crisis or euro crisis in CSR class is not a good exercise. So let us discuss or let us talk about only the reporting of CSR. So when the content of CSR is to be prepared, only CSR has to be there. You cannot talk other things. Hey, I have sold so many products. Even Amir Khan purchased my product. Sachin Tendulkar was the endorser of my product. Need not go into that until and unless it's a CSR activity. So please make sure that your content is related to CSR. And how to report? There is one organization. Like for example, the way you get ISO certification for your companies, right? Same way, GRI, Global Reporting Initiatives, helps you in preparing a report, so that the report has a standard has a global standard. So report is prepared in a way where everyone in the world recognizes that report, and that report format is given by GRI, Global Reporting Initiative. Whom to report, what to report, and how to report, we have just seen, and it should be reported in the format called as TBLR. TBLR is triple bottom line report, and GRI uses the triple bottom line. Who should be there in the reporting team? The top management has to be there, the content writer has to be there, the CSR heads should be there as a part of the reporting team. Depends upon who all are a part of my CSR team. Okay, how do you report? For example, if you were the person who went to the rural market, rural place, and you helped out few people who were really in need. Next day your photo is placed on the notice board. How would you feel? You would feel good that you have done something and it is being acknowledged. If you see Times of India's main page today, they are talking about the CSR activities again. They are talking about the people who were acknowledged in the field of social activity. Have you seen Times of India front page? Today, do you read newspaper? Oh, many of you, sir. I am not able to get connect to the chat. But I am able to, chat is not working, Akshay. Only the question and answer is working. So business of, if Times of India is not available, go online and look at the front page today, e-paper, go to e-paper and see the front page. And in that front page, they're talking about the people who were acknowledged and who were given awards for doing social activity. If possible, I'll get that front page in the next class as a snapshot, right? So that's where, so you can do internal reporting within the company. Like for example, I was working with Asian Paints, and in Asian Paints we had a report called as Spandan, which is a yearly report. So for example, if you donated blood, there are chances if the cameraman has catch you, you might feature into that Spandan list. If company does something for the children of workers, then that activity gets published in that Spandan. So every company has some yearly magazine. So that magazine is a part of your reporting system, internal reporting. So procedural notes, email, intra-mail, all these are part of your regular this thing. So notice board, site location, specific report. External report could be on website where everyone can see. Training sessions, standalone report, external magazine, AGM, media outlets, corporate videos, and these are, I mean, you create a viral video where people can learn from it. Like for example, what Lifebuoy did. Lifebuoy se haath dhoye kya campaign, if you remember, that we did in the last session. They created a viral video so that the world knows about the hand cleaning activity that they have done. Annual general meeting, AGMs. You can tell it in the annual general meeting that these are the activities that we have done for CSR, where the shareholders are coming and attending those meetings. Abhi Bajpai, I think I have answered your query. And we will see ITC CSR report 2014. So I will just show you one share application. This will be the last thing, last slide. We are already on the, I'm leaving the session. I can't hear as well, see the video. Thanks for your great session. Thanks, Sachin. But I would request if you can see this report. Yeah, this is the sustainability report started by ITC of 2014. Look at how creatively it has been designed. They're talking about creating 6 million sustainable livelihood, 38% energy consumption, the only company in the world to be the carbon, water and solid waste recycling positive. You are really talking positive then. Then after that, look at this. Now this is the most important thing. This report is GRI certified. ITC sustainability report is one of the most, among the first in India in accordance with comprehensive category with materiality matters. So this is what they're saying, that this is GRI certified, right? And then what comes? Look at this. This is the table of content. I would request all of you, this report is available online. Just type sustainability report of ITC. You will get a link, go on the link, download this report and go through these various categories. I would like you all to go through the category of materiality, because this report is talking about stakeholder engagement and materiality. Go to the concept of GRI index, Global Repository Initiative Index, Food Supplement Index, and see what the companies are doing around the world. What we are studying as a subject is basically the most practical thing that we are doing. This is one of the most important subjects. I hope you all liked the session. Sushil says great. Yes. Nagarjuna says yes. Any questions, queries? If you want, I can take 2 people online and we can discuss again. So anyone who wants to, okay, I will take Akanksha Rathod online. Akanksha? Not there. Abhi? Abhi Bajpai?
Oh yes, I'm there.
Okay, there are many people in your family who are listening to my lecture.
No, even it's just a background noise.
Okay. No, I remember when one of my sessions, when I took a student online, he said, "Sir, my child is attending your class. He's not allowing me to listen to the headset." So that was very cute of him. So anything that you want to ask, or should I ask the question?
So you can ask the question.
Wow, amazing, Pripan. Tell me the 4 stages of CSR.
Okay, to have a proper CSR means need to have means employees working from the same company. You need interactive session. You need.
Abhi, you are offline. Please don't answer. You are not giving the correct answer. I will take Aditi. Aditi? Good evening, Aditi. She is busy on camping. You can hear that, yeah? She is not in the class. Aditi, can you hear me? There are many people who are typing. Nagarjuna says, please take me. Okay, I'll take Nagarjuna online. Anyone else wants to come online, please message so that I can take you. Nagarjuna is okay. So Aditi has written a message. I will be prepared in the next lecture. So that's the reason she was not answering. After 25 sitting for a lecture and find the lecture interesting. Thank you, Radhika. Nagarjuna, I am not able to hear you. So let me just take a feedback. Radhika, I will take Radhika PQ. Radhika Panikar. No mic. Radhika has typed that she has no mic. Rajesh Kumar. No mic. Ravi Sharma. Bright is one of the students who says I can try. Ravi Sharma, I took you online but it didn't work. A B R I. Yes, Bright.
Sir.
I get your name as Bright here. I don't know what is your real name.
Full name is Bright James.
Bright James. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi Bright, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Doing great. What about you, sir?
Bus good. With all your wishes. Tell me.
And you are asking the 4 types of CSR.
No. The question has changed now. I have a different question for you.
I will try my level best.
Yeah. Okay. The question is, tell me what are the 2 types of reporting?
Okay. Sorry.
2 types of reporting. You are searching online on Google.
Sir?
You are searching online on Google.
Sir.
Yeah. Because I can see here.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see. No cheating. CSR. You are studying CSR and you are cheating. I'll take you offline. Thank you. So see, look at these people. Yeah, you are doing CSR and you are cheating with me. Wow. I mean, this is bad. Nah, I will try. Manish says I want to try. Okay, Manish. Manish Kumar.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. The question
Yeah,
is.
the first lecture.
No, the question is how many slides were there today in the class?
Today,
No, that's just
including
today.
this one, it is 100.
No, I mean it is 100. Yeah, we are on 100 slides. Yeah, we are on
Yes,
the
sir,
100
100.
slides. And every
Correct,
lecture,
correct.
let me just tell you, every lecture we complete 100 slides. I am trying
Correct.
to.
Great to see that, sir.
Every lecture, there are maximum things that I want to share with all of you. Okay, Manish, the question is, tell me two types of reporting.
So it can be internal and external reporting. Internal to the stakeholders and the top management.
And external.
External can be for the customer.
Yes. Thank you, Manish. Now that was the correct answer. Ravish, anyone else wants to come? Please tell me fast. Nilesh says can try. Okay, anyone wants to share something? Now no question answer. Anyone wants to share something? Who just wants to share something with the class? Then let me know. Sir, please let me know how do I see the session again. There is hey, tell me how does this person see the session again, Akshay? Yes, absolutely correct, Manish. Go to learning resource. That is what Anjali. Anjali, can you hear us? Okay. Venika. Tanmay. Hi, Tanmay. Okay, lots of disturbance. We will stop here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Can you take all the subjects? Radhika, I can't, not possible. I don't know all the subjects. Nilesh says why I was not allowed. Okay, Nilesh is getting angry on me. Before Nilesh gets angry, let me just take Nilesh online. Yes, Nilesh.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Nilesh.
I was just wondered that whether you are able to see your messages or not. Actually, I'm some 5,500 miles away from you, so I was wondering that whether it's possible to send my messages to you on time or not.
No. In fact, you can send me the messages. Only thing is, at one go, there are 1,000 messages coming up. Yeah.
That's okay. Yes. Anyway, but it was quite interesting. I had only one question. That this CSR activity is basically for the brand image improvement, or is there any other fundamental requirements by the company also?
No. I think you need to attend the first 2 sessions recording. It is mandatory. It is mandated by the government of India. Please attend the first session and second session. It will be great help to you, Sachin.
Fine. I'll do that. Thanks for the information.
It's a request from my side to everyone. Those who have not, gone through the subject, please go through the first and second. Now the time has come when you should open your book. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week ahead. Have a great working week. The best CSR is being honest with your work and working properly for your organization. Keep working for the whole week, and then we meet it in the weekend. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye. Good night.